All right, I'm shook. I am wearing my Luka Dončić Dallas jersey, which he no longer plays for them. I've got my Lakers hat here, which is his new team. So uh, I never thought saw this coming. I never thought that Luka would be traded. I watched Dirk play for the Mavericks his entire career, and I thought Luca would be with the Mavericks his entire career as well. Um, I am shocked that they called the Lakers and wanted to trade Luca. I don't understand why you'd want to trade a top five, 25-year-old future MVP for a 31-year-old, no matter how good he is. Um, Davis is good. There's no doubt. Anthony Davis is good. He's a top 10 player. He's won a championship. Luca has not won a championship. I just don't understand why you'd want to get rid of the guy who's 6 years younger and I think immensely more talented. I know Nico Harrison said that defense wins championships, and obviously Anthony Davis is a better defensive player. No one in their right mind is going to say that he's not. I mean, at the end of the day, Luca is maybe the best offensive player in the NBA. If not, I mean, Jokic, I guess. But when it comes to defense, he's one of the worst players in the NBA. I mean, he's long, but he's not an elite defender. Anthony Davis, even though he's 31, he's still one of the best defensive players in the NBA. So I get that. Um, I just I'm shocked. I happened to be on X when Shams tweeted. I was on there and it had reported that he tweeted it 1 minute ago. I saw his very first tweet right when he tweeted it, and I thought it was fake. I thought it was the fake Shams. I thought he was hacked. I was checking it on other websites and it wasn't on there yet. And then I kept going back and it said it was the real Shams. And then he did the follow up tweet that this is real. And then I finally found it online, and then ESPN reported it. And I've just been watching NBA TV and ESPN and Sports Center and reading online. And I just cannot believe this has happened. Um, I've lived in Illinois my whole life. Michael Jordan's my favorite player of all time. I've been very, very lucky to see Michael Jordan play live. I've seen him win championships. And other than Michael Jordan, my two favorite players of all time were Kobe and Dirk. I have a Lakers hat because of Kobe, and I have Dallas gear because of Dirk. I mean, the fact that Dirk was there and crossed over with Luca, it was very easy for me to become a Luca fan because I was already a Dirk fan, and it was a perfect passing of the torch from Dirk to Luca. Um, but this trade tonight feels like if Kobe and Dirk were traded for each other in their primes. I know AD has been traded before, so it's not as shocking that AD is traded again. But he did win a championship, less than half a decade ago. He's still in his prime. He's still an elite basketball player. Um, I don't remember any trade, at least during this season, where a top five player is traded for a top 10 player. Um, and I don't think anybody is going to debate that Luca is a top five player or that AD is a top 10 player. I mean, this is an excellent player traded for an excellent player. One of the most fascinating trades in the history of the NBA. In fact, this might be the biggest trade during a season in the history of sports. Um, I mean, there may be bigger trades during off seasons, I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's been traded. Will Chamberlain's been traded. I mean, Kobe got traded, but on draft day. Shaq's been traded many times. There's been Hall of Famers, there's been MVPs, there's been greats that have been traded. But to see a guy who I think will win an MVP, I will be absolutely shocked if Luka retires without an MVP. Um, to see a 25-year-old in his prime, top five guy who every single year is in the top two or three for MVP odds, getting traded without asking for a trade, and the team that has him under contract reaching out to another team and doing it so quietly. No one saw this coming. And to the Lakers. I don't hate the Lakers like a lot of people. I know that you either love the Lakers or you hate the Lakers. I mean, I'm always a Bulls fan first and foremost. It's a little weird right now because LeBron's there, and with being a Bulls fan, I always hated LeBron. Um, as LeBron's gotten older and I've gotten older, I've kind of mellowed on him, so I don't have as much dislike for him now. But I don't know. I'm very conflicted. I love the Mavericks. I love Luka. Luka's my second favorite player in the NBA right now after Giannis. And to see him traded out of nowhere, I mean, I'm shook. The NBA is my favorite thing in the world. And to see one of the best players in the world and one of my favorite players be traded with no warning. I just didn't see this coming. Um, I, if this would be like if Giannis was traded tomorrow, to the Warriors. Um, I guess for Steph, that's the only way that it could be applicable. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think either of those teams would trade either of those players. But if you would have asked me a few hours ago, I didn't think that um, the Mavericks would trade Luca. So um, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Um, if you want to go over the particulars, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but the Lakers are getting Luca, who is 25, and also Maxi Kleber and Markeith Morris. Um, Maxi's injured, and Morris really doesn't play, so I don't think either of them are going to affect the Lakers' rotation much at this point. If Maxi gets healthy by the playoffs, he could help the Lakers. They need a center. They have almost no centers. They have basically Jackson Hayes, who's not a starting quality center on a playoff team. Um, I'll go through the particulars and then we'll get into grades. So the Mavericks are getting Anthony Davis, who is 31, Max Christie, who's 21, and a first round pick from the Lakers in 2029. And then Utah is in the trade as a third team just to make the money work. They are getting Jalen Hood Shafino and 2 second-round picks, both in this year's draft. One is coming from or through the Clippers, and then one's coming from the Mavericks. So we'll start with Utah, just because they're the least important. They get an A+. I mean, they're taking on $4 million of expiring money and getting paid 2 second-round picks to take on $4 million. There are teams that'll take on 2 or 3 times that amount of money and get a second round pick, especially if it's expiring money, happily. So to get 2 second round picks for $4 million of expiring money, and you're only going to have to pay half of that because half the season's over. Utah, A+. Great job, Danny Ainge, sneaking into this trade. The Lakers, I mean, whatever the highest grade you can give, A++, S+, whatever you can give the Lakers, they just got, I think, the fourth best player in the NBA. Um, I still think that Giannis is just as good, if not better, than Jokic. I'm okay if you say Jokic is number one. I think Shea is having the best season of the three of them. I think he is the MVP. But as far as resume overall player, I think Giannis is the best player. Right after Jokic followed right after, very very closely, and then Shea. But then Luka. I mean, Luka led the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals. AD won the championship in 2020. He's going to go play with Dallas. Kyrie has got a championship on his resume. Um, we'll get to that in a second. Um, the Mavericks, I think they did okay for giving up Luca without trying to sell him to the whole league. But considering the Knicks or the Knicks gave up 5 first round picks for Bridges, Utah got 4 first round picks for Mitchell, 5 actually. Um, and 3 real picks and 2 swaps, and 4 first round picks for Gobert. I understand that they're getting a top 10 talent. Utah was selling those players strictly for picks, not a picks and player package. Although at the time of the trade, we didn't know that Lowry would turn into an all star, but they did get a all star. They got an all star and young players and picks. So I think if this trade was done in this offseason, after Luca got healthy and had another successful playoff run, who knows how deep the Mavericks could have gone. I really think that they could have got way more than this. But clearly, they want to have in the GM of the Mavericks' mind a more successful defensive focused playoff run. So I'm going to give the Mavericks a B plus. I think Anthony Davis will get his dream of going back to the power forward position. I think that between Gafford and Lively. Lively's hurt for a few months, but Gafford's there at center unless they trade him in the next few days. One way or another, by the time the playoffs roll around, I think Davis will be moved down to power forward. He may have to play center in the interim, but eventually I think he will be able to play power forward. The rest of Dallas's depth chart, I think PJ moves down to the 3. Clay will play the 2, and then Kyrie will play the point. Right now, the Lakers depth chart is super weird. You'd either have to play James at center or Jackson Hayes at center. I think your best lineup to finish games would be James at center, Rui at the 4, DFS at the 3, Reeves at the 2, and Luka at the 1. Luka probably won't be back until either right before or right after the All Star break. Also, bear in mind, Anthony Davis is hurt right now, too. He'll be back either right before or right after the All Star break as well. This trade really doesn't change the depth chart for Utah at all. They will have to cut either PJ Tucker or Mo Bamba that they traded for earlier today as well to take on Jalen Hood-Schifino. I would imagine they will cut PJ Tucker, and he will go try to be a buyout candidate with another team. This is the single biggest, most shocking in-season NBA trade I have ever seen in my entire life. The only thing that I can remember being anywhere close to this and probably upsetting the rest of the league is the Pau Gasol trade. Um, the Lakers made the finals that year, didn't win the championship the year that they got him, but then won the next two championships. Um, I don't know if either of these teams will win the championship, the Lakers and the Mavericks. Um, the Thunder are really good. They're not proven. Um, the Mavericks are undefeated against the Thunder this season. They're 3-0 against them. I don't know if getting rid of Luka is helping that, although I think they have two or three of those wins without Luka against the Thunder this year. Um, I do wonder if Luka being out since Christmas influenced this trade. I know that there are reports that the GM of the Mavericks, Nico Harrison, he didn't like that Luca has had conditioning issues over his career, and that there were also reports that they were worried about potentially paying him the $345 million 5-year supermax. If you're wondering, his new max when he resigns with the Lakers, if he chooses to take their extension, will now be a 5-year, $296 million contract. I know we're not feeling sorry for any NBA player, but he did lose almost $50 million in salary. So, not the best day from a salary situation. He'll be fine, but it does impact him in that respect because he's no longer supermax eligible because he was traded after his second contract or his rookie contract, but this was after that as well. So, all in all, this I'll never forget this day. I know it's now Sunday morning for me, and it is Sunday. But when I saw this news yesterday, I will never forget Saturday, February 1st. I'm a big wrestling fan, and I was watching the Royal Rumble earlier, and I was tweeting how I thought that it was the biggest shock ever that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. And then less than an hour later, Luka's traded. um, yeah, this is unbelievable. This is put me in a time machine, and 20 years ago, I would feel the same way. Like I said, if Kobe and Dirk were traded for each other, I can't believe that Luka is now a member of the Lakers. So um, yeah, I'm gonna have to get some sleep and think about this some more. I'll probably post. I'll definitely post more videos this week as more trades happen. Um, Really quick, just to circle back on the other trade that happened earlier today. Um, the Clippers trading PJ Tucker um, to Utah for Ebanks and or Eubanks and Patty Mills. Um, I think they did a great job getting rid of PJ. He wasn't playing, and Drew Eubanks can actually play backup center. The Clippers also traded Mo Bamba. It also got them under the tax. It saved the Clippers over $6 million. They were like 2 million over the tax, and now they're 4 million under the tax. So not only are they not paying into the tax, but they're getting the reimbursement of the tax, which, depending on what happens between now and Thursday at the deadline at 2 p.m. Central, um, I've heard could be up to like $15 million a team. So instead of spending the 2 million to pay the tax, they could now get 15 million. So not that Steve Ballmer needs the money, but that's a big difference. But the biggest thing is they've been in the tax the last 4 years, so it resets the repeater tax for them and gives them a better player because I think Drew Eubanks is better than Bamba as a backup. And PJ Tucker wasn't even playing. He wasn't with the team. He's played no minutes this season. So because of the financial and the on-court plus, I'm going to give the Clippers a solid B plus for the trade. And then Utah also did get a second round pick in that trade as well. Like I said, I think they'll end up cutting PJ Tucker to make room for Jalen Hood Schifino. And Utah added 3 second round picks today. And they got cash as well. So Utah had a great day. Didn't really give up anything that they need for the future. Like I said, Drew Eubanks is a nice player, but he's not part of their future building blocks. Lowry Markkanen, Walker Kessler, and then a lot of their young recent first round picks are who they're really worried about building around. So great day for Utah in the Tucker trade. I will give Utah a B. They don't really get anything on court, but they don't really want to. They want to keep losing so that they can try to get Cooper Flag and adding a second round pick for taking on the extra $6 million. That's a good piece of business. So they took on an extra $10 million today and added 3 second round picks. So good job, Danny Ainge. That is some very good GMing. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I'm sure that this is as unbelievable for you as it is for me. I think everybody thought it was fake and that Shams had been hacked. I was thinking of you today, Woj. I don't know if you're missing that you're reporting on this or if you're just enjoying being at St. Bonaventure, but thinking of you, Woj. I hope everybody has a great night and enjoyed the video. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll have a lot of content out this week. I'll be talking about all of the trades. I don't think we'll see a trade this big for the next 40 years, let alone 4 days. But no matter what happens, this is the most exciting trade deadline probably of my lifetime. And I've been an NBA fan for a long, long time, diehard. So amazing, absolutely amazing. Even though I'm a little sad that my Luka jersey, he doesn't play for Dallas anymore. So I don't know if I can wear the Dallas Luka jersey anymore. I guess I got to get a Lakers Luka jersey. So anyway, this one no more. Now we just have to go with the Lakers. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.